Hello, and thank you for joining me on another episode of the Tech Exec podcast, where we triple your impact per engineer. As always, I'm your host, Aviv Ben-Yosef, advisor and consultant to tech executives worldwide, and also the person in charge of the Leading Edge Club, an exclusive community for executives in tech worldwide. It's free but invite only at the moment, so inquire in the link below in the show notes. And now let's talk about our weekly subject, and that is slow and steady. We all know the saying, right? Slow and steady wins the race. But I do think that too often we fail to realize how concrete this is, how really being able to commit to slow, incremental work can make huge differences in your work, in your teams, in your organization over time. And we seem to default to trying all of these, grand gestures, doing things. We have a lot of pomp and circumstance, trying to do things in one fell swoop, and those usually end up not working that well. And I've got a weird story, but it is a real one. And that is, for example, I've been treating a sunspot that has been growing constantly over a few years. And a couple of months ago, I went to a cosmetic to help me treat it because I've just had enough. By the way, you can, if you're really into stalking, check out photos of me on Instagram and see it. It's on my face. Now, I went there and they basically gave me this cream, told me to apply it twice a day religiously. And you know what? I did. And when I came to get another facial the other week, they were blown away. I mean, blown away as in they called everyone in to see what amazing progress, because it's almost gone. And you know what? I didn't understand what's going on. Like, you gave me this treatment. I did it. It worked. I mean, why is that a surprise? And you know what they told me? They told me that virtually no one actually gets these types of results using the basic treatments because no one has the discipline to actually do things on a regular basis, stick to them. People start, they do it, they forget, they only do it some of the time, and eventually they end up using the more aggressive big punch treatments, which are more expensive and harsher on your body and usually don't last as long. And why is that? Because those are the easy solutions. And, they told me something there that really resonated with how I think about our work, which is a lot of the work is basically what you do day to day, not the big facial treatments you get every few months. And this is precisely the same when it comes to cultivating culture. I think I'm probably one of the only people in the world who keep saying this phrase, cultivating culture. But this is something that I believe is a major part in shaping leading organizations. And if you view that as part of your responsibility, if you would like to see your team improve, you have to realize that those sorts of changes never happen within a day, within a week. You have to constantly push things toward the right direction. You have to keep making incremental piecemeal changes. And when you do that, you usually end up with an organization that is a lot more resilient, a lot more in line with your goals. So it's not that people are doing things because you told them so or because they feel like this is your focus du jour, but it is really something that you care about. It is really something that the company values. And usually it means that those values end up being more ingrained in the culture. I know that it sucks a bit because it means, so I want to make this change and now I need to, do this for a quarter to a year before I see results? Well, I think you can usually see results within a couple of months. But yeah, if you want to get to a really amazing situation, usually it takes at least 6 months. Even with a team that's already doing pretty great, if you want to take them to excellent, which is something that I enjoy doing, by the way, in my work, helping companies really improve, really take it to the next level, we still have to have time to do that, because otherwise we just get a Hawthorne's effect where people seem to be improving merely because we are there. This is like, a week or a sprint where everyone's focusing on this and we see improvement. Wow. But that doesn't usually result in long-term improvement. To get that, we have to have the small baby steps that take us where we want to get to. Think about that when you're planning this year, when you're planning how you're going to make your organization really improve, because right now, I'm guessing that's what you've got, right? So help them, get them where they need to get to, and make it something that you can commit to and do it religiously. Because if not, it's just going to be another thing like New Year resolutions, which I'm guessing most of them are already forgotten. Right. That's it for this week. Thank you for joining me. If you haven't yet, do check out my newsletter. It's the best newsletter online for tech execs. And again, check out the Leading Edge Club, the club you've been looking for if you want to have some peers and some community in your work as an executive. Links in the show notes. Thank you. Talk soon.